Greetings friends and welcome to Let's Make a 2D Arcade Fighter Part 3. In this video we're going to go over how to add in some kicks. Hwoarang! So friends, it's pretty simple. It's very much a similar situation to with our punches video. Okay, sweet. So I'm going to start with the microchip. And this is going to be our light kick. Alrighty, light kick. Alrighty friends, then what we're going to do is put down a nice timeline. We're going to go to into its properties and go playback mode set to once. Then we're going to go inside. At the moment it's about 8 seconds. We'll reduce it to about half a second. Half of 1 second. Alrighty, and we can make it a bit bigger with L1 and right on the D-pad. Then let's do ourselves some animating. We'll have our default keyframe there, which is just the resting pose. Then we shall have our kicking keyframe. Let's go in here and just swoosh swang, stick it out there, boom. You can also align it a little bit better, mess with this as you desire. Alrighty. And then we'll get our default one over here. Let's do some blends, add some blends with L1 and X. Hacha! Hacha! Okay, not bad. I want it a bit faster. Hacha! And then maybe I'll move this. There we go. Because this is the light attack. Cha! Cha! It's going to be pretty fast. Cha! Cha! Alrighty, and you mess with that as you see fit. So friends, the next thing we're going to want to do is add in some damage. So we're going to go moves and outputs, health modifier. And we're going to move this, move this, move this. Ooh. Alrighty. Then let's say it does minus 10 health. Alrighty. It's going to be not continuous but per hit, but it will deal the damage in a zone. This zone will be, the shape will be a cube. Let's just reduce the size. Let's click on the keyframe to see where our kick is. Alrighty. There we have our kick. Now we'll reduce this quite considerably. Remember that you want it a little bit further back than it is forward, just so that your kick isn't going to be hitting them from a mile away. You can increase the size of this a little bit. Alrighty, that looks pretty good. It's going to deal 10 damage when we get to that particular point. Alrighty. But then we also want to tag. So we'll go to sensors and input. And put down a nice little tag. And this tag is going to be called hit legs. So I'm just going to rename it to hit legs. And this is going to be for our hit reaction video. It's going to be that when the hit legs tag is detected, then you're going to have a reaction like, oof, you're going to bring one of your feet back, or, you know, one of your feet are going to get knocked. But remember to go L1 and square and change the position of this bauble. So click on the keyframe to see where our kick is. Click with X. Alrighty, then we're going to move this so that it is by the foot, by the point of impact. Oopsie. By the point of impact, more or less. Alright, that looks good. Okay, cool. Then another thing is we're going to want to stop our character from moving when they do the kick, because if they're walking and kicking at the same time, it's just going to be a disaster. So in our previous videos, I actually added an immobilize keyframe, but I'll just make it afresh if you didn't manage to see that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our puppet and we're going to go move speed to 0, and in this particular case we're also going to go procedural walk and procedural animation. We're going to turn those both off because these can mess with the animation. Then I'm going to call this immobilize. Immobilize, however you would like to spell it, with an S or a Z, that's up to you. Alrighty, then I'm going to increase the size of it so that it lasts for about 80%, 75 to 80% of the animation. So you can't move, and then as you're returning to your position, you can then move again. Alrighty. So that's all there is to it. I'm going to bind this to X, which may sound a bit strange, but if you've played Street Fighter, you might be familiar with such a key binding. So small light kick is going to be connected to X, and it's going to be medium kick is circle and heavy kick is R2, and this really just mimics the old arcade style buttons. Alrighty, so let's have a look to see what it looks like. X. Oh, a little bit of a jump there. X, 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 X. Alright, perfect. It could go out a little bit further, but really, friends, that depends on you how you want your kick to go. Alrighty. That looks lovely. So if you want to make this into a combo, friends, so like as you tap X you can do multiple kicks, then check out my previous video where I had the punches and combos, and in the previous video I'll show you how to do a nice combo. All you really need is a selector, a bunch of timelines, and then a bunch of timers. Alrighty, friends, but if you want a more in-depth explanation of it, check out part 2. Alrighty, now I'm just going to quickly animate the medium kick and the heavy kick. Alrighty, friends, so I've just quickly animated a medium kick and a heavy kick. If we look into the microchip, there's nothing particularly fancy. I've just got my health modifier, I've got a tag. This one is hitting body though, because it's a bit of a higher kick, and I've got the immobilize and just the classic sort of keyframe for the medium kick. Nothing fancy there. Heavy kick also much the same. Bit of a longer one, and also does a little bit more damage in the health modifier, and just immobilizes and has a tag as before. So friends, just one thing to go over that I neglected to mention before is in your health modifier, in the labels, make sure that you've got it that friend is unticked. Otherwise you'll be dealing damage to yourself when you do your kicks. Alrighty. So let's have a look to see how it works. So we've got our light kick, shwa. Then we've got our medium kick, shwa, bit of like a knee strike. Then we've got our heavy kick, shwa. So both the knee strike and the heavy kick hit the body, and then the light kick hits the legs. So that key binding is just the classic sort of key binding that you'd get with games like Street Fighter, and once again it mimics the old school arcade style. Alrighty, so I'm just going to put all of these in a single microchip so that we know what's going on, and it's just nice and neat. And I'm just going to call this kicks. Perfect. Alright, we've got a light kick, medium kick, heavy kick. And once again, if you want to check out how to do combos, just check out part 2. Alrighty, friends, and that's all there is to adding in some kicks. Thank you so much for sticking around for this video. Please like and comment and subscribe if you enjoyed it or have any questions or anything like that. It'll be absolutely answered, and I'll be looking through those very soon. Alrighty. Please stay around for our next video, which is going to be our hit reactions video, where things start to get quite interesting. That's going to be, I'm going to be showing you why we've been putting all these tags in all our moves, like the hit body, hit head, all these sorts of things. When we get to the next video, I'm going to show you how it's all going to work out, and it's just going to become a lot more interesting from the next video. Ooh! Can't wait for it, friends. But until then, have a good one. Peace out.